To put it bluntly, my prince, you're an insensitive, black-hearted son of a bitch. May I kindly knock your fucking teeth out?
You're now tuned into Mic Check Waifu Waifu.
Check waifu King Teliano. Is that
you? Winter, we're here.
This is episode 331 of Mic Check Waifu. As always, it's brought to you by Patreon. Patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu is where you can get early access to the video version of this podcast. It's where you can get access to the Patreon exclusive podcast, The After Story. It's where you can get access to the pre-show, which goes live usually 2 days before this episode airs. Shout out to the Patreon producers. Explicitly, Ked the Pro from Chaotic Culture Podcast. Fear, Simi Sensei, Phrozen, T Money Fingers. Dad Needs to Talk Podcast. Check out Dad Needs to Talk Podcast. Christian, the Archivist, aka Death Scythe. All for one map. Rob Stone, and last but certainly not least, our guy, Matthew. H. Thank you so much for producing this and many other episodes of the podcast. Join them at patreon.com/Mic Check Waifu. This is the winter preview episode of Mic Check Waifu. We're going to share some of our listeners' previews and sleepers and most anticipated, etc. We're going to discuss Free-Run episode 1 through 7 at the end of this podcast. We are also going to discuss the wrap up of the fall season because pretty much everything is done. So we're going to clarify that. Now, before I get into the episode proper, there is 2 special announcements that I have to get through. One is my gift level, 9,999, is our review show next week, because at the end of every anime season, we review one episode that came out from that season. And this is going to be my gift level, 9,999. Also, we are doing a Hell's Paradise Rewatch. If you're in our Discord, which you should be, join our Discord, discord.miccheckwaifu.com. It's free for everybody to join. No special requirements. You ain't got to be a Patreon producer or nothing like that. Just join the Discord because we have a rewatch guide for Free-Run, so you can see exactly how we have Free-Run laid out to where you would watch Free-Run all the way up until the launch of Free-Run's season 2. So it's perfectly laid out guide there for you in our forums. So join our Discord for that. Also, it's going to be another guide because this week we're starting a rewatch, since there's nothing else out this week, of Hell's Paradise. So the way we're rewatching Hell's Paradise is we're watching 5 episodes this week, 4 episodes next week, and 4 episodes the week after, which would then lead up to season 2's premiere of Hell's Paradise. So join the Discord. The guys will all be there. And it's going to be extremely dope. Now, let's start the podcast of Mic Check Waifu, which is the anime podcast brought to you every Tuesday and after the AM. CT, where we do seasonal anime topics, discussion, reviews, etc. How you feeling, brother? And what's your episode of the week this week?
Easy. Chitose and a Ramune bottle.
Yeah, that was a great pick. Great pick. Ooh, it's a lot of choices I could choose from.
There are, and things have thinned out, and there have been some good finales.
Yeah, there has. Because you chose my pick, I'm gonna have to choose. So it kind of caught me off guard. So I'm gonna have to choose. You know what? Yeah, fuck.
If you gotta choose it, bro, just choose the same thing.
No, I'm gonna choose. May I ask for one final thing? Final episode.
Okay, that's fair.
Rightfully so, because I'm sure, as you heard at the beginning of this episode, the clip of the last scene, and may I ask for one final thing. Sorry for the spoilers, but it's just incredible. The dub is incredible of that show. The show is spectacular. I love that show so very, very much, and we're gonna talk about the hair shortly. So, Tell, let's get into the fall wrap up, bro. First off, give your overall thoughts of this fall. How did you feel?
I'm looking at how I came into this season. I feel like I had better feelings coming into the season than I leave with, if that makes sense. Because I feel like there were some really good ones that stayed good this entire season, right? You know what I mean? Mm-hmm. And then there were some that kind of just I had expectations for that didn't quite deliver.
Yeah. I think we're on the same page.
I feel like that's cool. But in total, it's not a bad season. And I say it's not a bad season because it wasn't too much to have to indulge in, if that makes sense.
Absolutely. It was simple. It was a simple, easy season to watch. Not much to it, which allowed me to finish a couple of shows that I kind of left in my list, which was cool. But yeah, for the most part, the season was, to me, good. It was good. The problem I had is one of the shows, which was spectacular all the way up into the last episode. And I hate to say it, but that last episode leaves an absolutely horrid taste in my mouth for the series as it's in its entirety, unfortunately. And if you listened to us last week or 2 weeks ago or 3 weeks ago or 4 weeks ago, you would never even think we would even say anything like this because of how much we love this show up until probably this last episode. I don't know how Tell feels about it.
Just say the show. Just say the show.
I don't know how Tell feels about it, but I'm gonna say Dusk Beyond the End of the World ended on a terrible note. I think it was a piss poor ending. I think it was just a I felt like it was kind of a waste of time by the time it was done. Only because of that last episode. It could have been so much better, so much more.
Here's what Dusk Beyond the End of the World did that I absolutely phenomenally hate. And I'm not going to say it's the only thing that I specifically hate in this specific episode, but this is the thing I hate the most, right? We spend this time with this goal in mind, watching this show. We get to the final episode of this season. Part of that goal is met. And then immediately after, part of that goal disappears and dissipates and dies. And it's like, it has been over 200 years and you die right here.
Not even just that.
It's so cornily convenient.
Yeah, not even just that. It's just the where.
Hear me out when I say this. I'm saying it's such a pull. You know what I mean? It's like, hey, let's tie this thread real quick so we don't have to worry about it later.
Sure. It
didn't feel good to me.
No, none of it felt good. Not even from the conversations that was had. The conversation after that, when we figured out what the mango was, once we got to that quote unquote mango, that was terrible. And then we got to the final thing of how do you handle the situation that happened in the episode before, because I don't want to go into spoilers just in case people do want to watch it. With our trio, and then the way it ends with our trio is absolutely atrocious. Like there's no satisfactory ending to that whatsoever. I even fucking fast forward through the credits to see if I get anything else, and it's just nothing. It's just that last episode turns.
I'm laughing because I did the same thing.
The last episode turns into what was an 8 out of 10 show to be like a 6, the entirety of it. Because now I just feel like I wasted my time. It's all a waste of time.
Mind you, it goes to like a 6 because it ruins the pacing.
Right. The pacing is
it ruins the plot.
Yep.
Like the imagine this did a love flops in reverse. It literally did the opposite of that, where the plot just it went the wrong direction so heavily that it was not just deterring, it was derailing of the show. Yeah,
of what the entire show built.
And that sucks. That it was such a good show up until that point. It had such and mind you, I hate to say it, but I feel like it would have almost been better with a more predictable ending.
I don't even like it couldn't have been predictable regardless of if we wanted it to or not. I agree with you though. I agree with you.
Well, yeah, I feel like if they had gone a route where it was just like they just left it a little bit more open ending so we get a season 2, I'd have been like, dang, that was such a good season. But they did this like almost, I'm not gonna say gerrymandering, but it was just such a hey, let's give the people something to end off with, that it just felt unpleasing and unsatisfying.
2 things. Shout out to our Patreon producer, Fear. He says, so I finally finished this one. Not going to lie, I'm disappointed. It started so strong. Then TCB response said, you too. Had some great ideas to cook with, but in the end, left it a perplexing taste in my mouth. And I can't make those strong ingredients at all. I liked the last episode, but wish it was double length to let things breathe and flesh out, which I think is the biggest drawback to telling this story. It was trying to tell. Yeah. And Fear says, sorry. The conversation continues and says, Fear says, I think it possibly should have been 24 episodes. The storytelling early felt Freerin-esque, but ultimately reminded me more of Fina, the Pirate Princess, and drew me in with good aspect, but did some character assassinations. Yes. And strayed far from the elements early on that I liked. And that is where I think we all feel.
Yeah.
In this. Both TCB and Fear is correct.
Finna was a perfect, the Finna the Pirate Princess was like a perfect comparison, because it's exactly that. It's like the show started off with the idea of this is going to be great, good direction, good everything, and it did this quickly stripping of everything that we thought. And there are ways to do that properly where it could be good, but this was not it. This just wasn't it
at all. Ugh, so disappointing. All right, move on to another one. Tell you got one.
Let's see. The Banished Court Magician aims to become the strongest.
Yeah.
Now, I feel like this show overall was okay, but I actually enjoyed the ending, and it could just be because of the straight 3.5, 4 episodes of battle that we got, that I felt like it finally did something to progress itself. At least set it up for season 2, which I actually don't think it was good enough to get.
No.
Mind you, I don't think it's gonna be.
It probably will.
2.
It probably will.
But it finally got some progression, man. It finally started to move some. Let's see, like off on that. Okay, series definitely room for major improvement if they decide to continue the story. Also, I feel like the Blade Master belongs in another anime.
Oh, tell reading from All For One Matt, one of our Patreon producers.
Yeah, All For One Matt said that in the Discord. Mind you, All For One Matt is half the contribution in that specific Discord. But we do have to say that and I agree with that, is that some moments felt out of place. Like, this show did have a series of bad pacing, a series of bad character placements. But we finally got to this ending where it seemed like it finally had a through line. And that's something that Polo and I often talk about, is the through line. Where are we going with this show to begin with? They finally introduced something that made us want to look towards the end of this season. And it may have been a little too late, if that makes sense, because I feel like it doesn't deserve a season 2. But if it got a season 2, that final quarter of the show makes me interested in watching. But because 7, 8 of the episodes were just so mediocre or okay, it's like I can understand wholeheartedly if it doesn't get one. I can understand why it's not deserving of it. But man, did it finally pull through and finally leave some bait for you to want to indulge in. Which being the dungeons and the core, and finding out about the dungeon sickness, which, slight spoiler, people get sick in the dungeons and it causes them to essentially, have to adapt to that. But the show itself, it was just okay up until those final moments.
Yeah, the show was ass. I don't think it was okay. It was a whole bunch of nothing until it was maybe a little piece of something. That little piece of something happened at the last episode, which was the dungeon core sickness and the explanation of one of our people in this party. It was just bad all the way through because it just didn't. It was pretty to look at, I guess, but it just didn't offer much else at all as far as the plot goes. It was there. It just didn't offer much. It was terrible. I think this show is absolutely terrible and don't even deserve a Tails okay. But if Tails think it's okay, I trust him.
I'm surprised you thought it was pretty though. That's not even the part I was looking.
No, it was pretty because it's my favorite art style, right? It's the hard lines. It's the you know what I'm saying. It's the style I like. But it was just a piss poor done ass show. And now here's the caveat to me saying this. If it gets another season, will I watch it? Yeah. Yeah. Would I enjoy it? Probably not. But I mean, I guess it depends on the season it comes out in, because when this came out, like I said, there was literally nothing else to watch on the day that this released. Maybe one other show, and then like it was just easy to turn on for the 20 minutes that I watch it and just watch it. Even though it was mind-numbingly terrible to me because it was boring, it didn't offer much of anything character-wise, and it was just something that my eyes like to see. So
yeah,
I didn't like it.
Mind you, brother, I had to watch the last 4 episodes yesterday.
Oh, you watched all 4?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, I watched it week to week. It's probably better watching it all at once, but I didn't enjoy it whatsoever. Now, one of the shows I did enjoy that I do think deserves another season is My Friend's Little Sister Has It In For Me. Now, I thought this was going to be something kind of just plain surface level, and for the most part it is. Like Fear says, a good atypical be usual show. I enjoyed this one. I like the MCs. I like the MC seems headstrong, and that's true. He is he's headstrong in the best way possible. This show feel like it was like it was going to be a can this boy girl relationship survive type of show, but it subverted all of that and became something better because you start to learn who these characters are and the main character, and the way the main character is he's very taught, and I like that about him because he has a goal and he tries to achieve it, and he recognizes people's strength and he uses people's strength. He's a user, but in the best way possible. I enjoyed everything about this show, including all of the characters and the way they portrayed the story. Now, this definitely deserves a season 2 because they have so much story to tell here. And I would love to see it get more. This is one of the ones that should have been the length of Watari-kun's. Like, Watari is 26 episodes. This should have been 26 episodes. Like, I think it would have given us so much more, but I think it's prime for season 2 for sure.
Yeah, that was one of the ones that Polo watched. I did not.
Oh, you didn't watch this one?
Indulge in.
Oh,
no.
That's crazy. You would have enjoyed the hell out of it. I'm shocked. I thought you were watching it too. I'm actually truly shocked.
Not. I apologize.
Wow, that's such a good show too. Damn.
You know what I did watch though?
What?
My status as an assassin obviously exceeds the heroes.
So I still got the last episode. So if we can stray away from the last.
Oh, stray away from the spoilers.
Yeah.
Sadly, this show kind of sucks.
Yeah. That much I knew though.
Like, and I hate to say it, in a season of shows that some excelled, and when I say some excelled, there were some in this season that excelled in ways that I was not expecting. Mm-hmm. This is one of the ones that I felt like could have excelled. It hit us with some BS relatively early on, and it just kind of continued to flop. Yeah. If that makes sense. Yes, you know, and not everyone's a Pokemon fan, but I am a Pokemon fan, so I'm going to use this as one. Magikarp evolves into Gyarados. Gyarados is one of the strongest regular Pokemon you can get. This is a Magikarp that can't evolve, bro. This show is like it had the potential there. and it just let it go, and because it looks good. This is one of the shows that actually looks phenomenal.
Favorite art style too. Yeah.
This is crazy because it's like there's so much effort in that, and it's like, where's the rest of the fucking effort go?
I know, and partially because it was so terribly rushed. But then, we had the terribly rushed piece of it. The terribly rushed piece of it was sad, but you could still be terribly rushed in a good show. This was terribly rushed and then became a terrible show. And it became a terrible show because they start doing nothing but talking in circles for 6 episodes where people were having conversations about the party, somebody being a cook in the party and filling each other up for 5 minutes, or a beast man talking about flowers for 6-7 minutes, and it doesn't lead to anything. It doesn't go anywhere. And then the assassin, whose class is an assassin, don't want to assassinate anybody. We spent 4 episodes discussing that over and over and over again. And again, I didn't watch the last episode, so who knows? He probably committed what he was supposed to be doing. But still, why would you spend 5 episodes talking about how much you don't want to kill anybody when you're an assassin? There's so much. Oh my God, there's so much they could have done with this that would have been great. It just turned out to be terrible. This one, absolute waste of time. Okay. Now I know All For One Matt loves this one. Shout out to our producer, All For One Matt. He enjoyed it more than most. So keep that in mind when you're listening to this. But if you like the shows that I like, that Polo likes personally, don't even waste your fucking time watching this shit. It just looks good. It's just, you could spend so much more time watching anything else. Don't watch this one. And I stand by that.
Yeah.
Pass the monster meat, my lady. This one was adorable. This one was just adorableness all the way through. This isn't going to be one that you can recommend to everybody, but you got to enjoy a shoujo. You got to enjoy shoujo, and you have to enjoy adult romance, because that's what this is. It's an adult romance, and it's very simple, very simplistic, but it's absolutely adorable. And I love both these characters, and I can't wait to get more of this. Because I think it could be so much more special. And sorry if you hear my dog playing with his toys in the background. He's having a good time, but I'm letting him.
Enjoying himself.
Yeah. But yeah, I absolutely enjoyed this show.
This show to me is like,
it's comfort food.
We were just talking to a friend about slice of life. And I was talking about how like a specific show people are not going to want. So when you have your slice of life, some people are going to look at it. There's comedy, there's drama, and this show is like, to me, it's a fantasy slice of life, but it really just feels like a slice of life. It literally just feels like if I was living in a fantasy world. Yes, I'm not a princess. No, I'm not a duke or anything like that. But this just feels like a regular day sometimes in the life of like some people who happen to be able to do some fantastical stuff. Yeah.
It was just so sweet.
And it was so easy to watch. So easy to digest. No pun intended. This show has just core elements that are solid, and it's really easy to watch. It's just really enjoyable. And these characters and their relationship, there's nothing better to me in a slice of life than a straightforward relationship dynamic where it's like, I like you and I just want to see how much you really like me, or I want to show you how much I really like you. There's nothing better than that.
No circles, nothing.
Yeah, bro. No, none of that BS. So we can actually see what y'all life looks like together.
Yes.
And it gives you, it's not like we got a full glimpse of that in this, but we got an idea as to what the future holds for these characters. If they had a season 2, I'm definitely watching it. It's not even, I wouldn't even second guess it. It was just so enjoyable. Like Apollo said, it was adorable. This was adorable to watch. And these are grown characters, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
Doing some high key kind of crazy stuff, chopping up animals or monsters and whatnot. And you know what I mean? Like it was still, with the somewhat gruesomeness of it, adorable.
Yeah, indeed. Another one that I finished, I think last week, that I didn't get to talk about is Maikkerru Senpai. Maikkerru Senpai was one that a slice of life that was again super adorable. At first, it definitely drug because you don't like the main character at the beginning, because of the way she communicates. The way she communicates isn't the adorable kind of communication problems. It's aggressive and mean and awkward, but quickly. And when I say quickly, I mean slow but quick. It starts to grow on you, and you learn more about her, and then she builds this relationship with her subordinate, and it's adorable. It's absolutely adorable. So it's super easy to watch, very clean show. Again, this did come out on a time where nothing else came out during that day though, but it was good. I enjoyed it. So I know you didn't watch that one, so I just figured I thought I'd in there.
Well, I'm planning on finishing it. I just got to binge the last. Well, I got to binge half of it, but it was a little bit harder for me to watch.
Yeah, the beginning is rough.
Hold up, I'm sorry, I don't want to butcher it. My dad is a hero, mom is a spirit, I'm a reincarnator.
Mm-hmm. This is top 3, probably this season.
I didn't necessarily want to jump right into the good stuff, but bro, this show is one of the ones that we talked about that is consistently good.
Yeah.
This show was one of the shows this season that felt understated, if that makes sense.
100%.
Because it's like, how do you explain to someone exactly what this show is?
Because you read the title, it's exactly what the title is, to be fair.
It is.
But
it is.
It's so much more than that.
It's a conversation about the economic and spiritual dynamics and stuff within this kingdom.
Yep.
It's so much more than that title, but it's so like understated within that title. But how do you know what I mean? It's so good.
It's the title, but it's so much more. It's exactly the definition of it.
It has the adorableness that we talked about.
Mm-hmm.
It has like this level of intrigue and world building. It has this like, and mind you, this is Dad is a hero does not mean that this show is like action oriented. The action doesn't come from that. The action comes from interactions.
Mm-hmm.
This show is easily top 3, like Polo said, of this season.
Yeah. And
probably one of the ones I'll remember for this year, easily.
100%. It's so, and what I think it is that both me and Tell, and you can correct me if I'm wrong after I explain this, but what I think is so good about this show is that it's so unique. It is an isekai, yes, but it's an isekai where both the mom and dad is still around. It's an isekai where both the mom and dad are very prominent. It's an isekai where it's not about action or how powerful the main character is that got an isekai in. While she does hold some power, that isn't the focal point of the story. And I think that uniqueness of this particular show is what makes this show extremely special to us too. While AniList and general consensus says that it's a fucking 65 or whatever the fuck these losers put, it's not that. It's better. It's so much better than that. That I think everybody should. This is a show that I can recommend to everybody, even if you don't watch anime. I think it could be recommended to you because you understand what it is. It's a family dynamic that is extremely clean and easy to watch and adorable and fun and great. I just absolutely love this show so much. Ugh, can't gush about it enough. All right, let's see. Let's go to Oh, you know what? Let me just say, we're going to save my gift level for next week because my gift level is the show that we're reviewing next week. So we can go in full details about that next week. So that did finish this week. Good show. We're going to talk about that next week, though, for the review. I completed Let's Play. I actually ended up finishing Let's Play. It's interesting. It's not good, but it was easy to watch. It was easy to watch. I don't have much more to say about that one. So,
yeah, I actually feel like I got to a point to where I enjoyed Awkward Senpai more than Let's Play. But I also did not finish Let's Play. It was one that I plan on binging on my huge off day I have in the next 2 weeks. So I'll have that finished before next season starts. Cool. But there is one I wanted to talk about that I actually really enjoyed the ending of specifically. And it's Polo Sleeper.
Okay. Which is?
Yeah, this A Star Brighter Than the Sun. This, and hear me out. Polo don't have to agree with me on this because I actually don't care if Polo agree with me or not. This was one of my favorite endings for this season. I know that Polo got way more depth and everything on the slice of life than I do. But this was one of the moments where I was like, finally. Thank you for hitting the notes that I was very upset about beforehand, and at least wrapping this up so that I don't have to I don't have to be pissed.
Yeah.
I don't have to be pissed thinking about this in the future. I don't need a season 2. I don't want a season 2. But I was at least satisfied with the ending of this. I'm not gonna say it made up for all the things that I was irritated by, because it didn't. There was still, like, I still agree with, dude was dumb.
Yeah.
There were so many dumb moments in this that could have been rectified or prevented by just normal everyday measures, just normal conversation. Like, with a person who is seemingly or acts as if like they're your best friend, things could have been fixed much easier and sooner than this has turned out to be. But at least our ending has a seemingly like mature resolution, mature conversation, and mature progression.
Okay, so
somewhat mature, not entirely.
So Fear says, for this particular show, Fear, one of our Patreon producers, he says in the Discord, he says, I think that Akawa and Itoa I think that I like Akawa and Itoa more than I did Kamashiro. And that's an interesting take because I agree. And he said, just finish it, enjoyed it, even though I felt like we were running around in circles. That's exactly what this is. And to speak on what Taylor mentioned earlier, this is exactly what slice of life is. I mean, there are 40 to 50 slice of life that are just this story. Exactly. I mean, to a T. It's always the last minute, last second correction that is pushed through a bunch of miscommunication. And the difference between those and that and this story is that those have a little bit stronger character development than this one does. This one has very flat characters. And I don't mean flat as our main girl character. Our main girl character was perfect. I think everybody else around her was extremely flat. And because of that token, my thought process is I watch so many of these that are just so much broader and brighter and heavier. And even though they all end the exact same, it's stronger. Like perfect example, Angel Next Door, Spoils Me Rotten, is a perfect example of that. More Than a Married Couple, We're Not Friends is another perfect example of that. There's just so many more shows that do this exact thing. From Me to You, shout out to Crystal for giving me that name of that anime, is another one that is a way better story than this is because it's more dynamic, better characters around them, more developed resistance, if you will, because the resistance in this show is just stupid communication. It's pure dumb communication, while the other resistances comes from Me to You being the character is considered to be creepy. And then she works her way, and everybody gets to know her and find out she's awesome, and everything spins from there. There's just so many more better slice of life than this one was, but this wasn't another adorable show. This is a probably bottom tier of the slice of life list, though, when it comes to slice of life shows of this caliber.
Yeah, we literally just watched that other one about the schools next to each other. I can't remember the name of that one, but yeah, 10 times better.
Yeah, Flower Blooms with Dignity.
Yeah, it's a Flower Blooms with Dignity. Yeah, immediately 1,000 times better. And
even the one, what was it, last season with the girl who wasn't that cute, and she had the guy. Mm-hmm.
Your other sleeper.
Yeah, my other sleeper. It was the same thing for that one too, but was better than this one. So that's all with this one. It was cool though. It wasn't a bad show per se at all, but it also wasn't that standoutish. Like, you could not watch this one and you wouldn't miss anything. If you're a slice of life fan, put it that way.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. May I ask for one final thing? This is probably the number one show for me personally. Because Chitose isn't done, so we don't know how that's going to go. So yes, this is number one. May I ask for one final thing? As again, I mentioned, we started the episode with the last scene in this show.
That was crazy.
I want to start off by saying this is the best dub I've heard ever. And I've heard a lot of great dubs. This is my favorite dub because it's so fucking funny. The voice actors were creative. They had fun with the roles, and I'm talking about for every character, from side characters to characters who were comedic beats, and just even villains were funny. Like, it was all just great fun to watch this show dubbed because the voice actors did their fucking thing. I mean, they did absolutely an incredible job of every character, and it was such an incredible story because everything was so satisfying. It felt like every episode was just meant to satisfy you, and that's exactly what it did. I mean, from moment 1 to moment 100.
Everything Pillow said is a fact for this show. This was easily one of the more enjoyable shows, and it was like you turn this one on, and you know you're gonna get some action, but it is actually it's the inflections that characters take and when they talk. It's the action delivered alongside that compelling conversation of like how she's gonna knock you across the world.
I love when she say bitch. It's the best thing ever.
Right. But it actually has a pretty solid progression. Like the show itself, outside of all hilariousness, it looks good. Yeah. It moves good. It just is overall good. So that's why it becomes like, it's so easy to put it number one for this season because it just does everything relatively well.
All for one, Matt, one of our Patreon producers, says in the Discord for this show is the show was an overall good show. For me personally, the show was easy to follow and it definitely had some funny moments. Obviously, because of how much stress these people put on Scarlet Brother. That was his favorite part about the whole thing. And that's just a piece of it. I mean, there was just so much to love about this particular show that I just can't. Like Scarlet, and spoiler alert for the end of this conversation, but Scarlet is, for all that matters, Patreon producers segment. For all that matters, she's the best female character in the entire season for sure. Scarlet is that because she knew what she wanted and she knew how to handle it, and that I find to be two of my favorite things. And again, I'm sure if you guys have been following the podcast and if you watch on YouTube, all the thumbnails have been mostly her because the scene is just directed so well. They just square up fucking scenes perfectly for screenshotting. and I just used her because she's just so phenomenal.
They handing out free wallpapers.
For sure. Yeah, definitely one of my favorite show this season for sure. Yeah. Okay. I think that's it, right? Chitose and Ramune battle got delayed, so we're still midway through that.
There's only one other one that I personally want to talk about.
Oh, your sleeper isn't done yet, though.
Yeah, it's not done yet. But where is it at? Do I have to search it? I'm gonna just search it. Solo Camping for 2. This is a previous season. Not this season.
Yeah, so we ain't gotta touch on that, brother.
But I just wanted to say I did finish it, and it actually has a very good ending. For those of us who are watching Off One Matt, it is actually a really good ending, and I'm glad that I finished this show. For 2 seasons now, it's been. Yeah. But yeah, other than that, that's it for everything this season.
So this season, there is still some shows that we have on the list that aren't complete. Chitose and Ramune battle, Campfire Cooking in Another World with my absurd skill. Tell Sleeper the Monster Wants to Eat Me. Tales of Wedding Ring Season 2. Spy Family Season 3, and One Punch Man. These are all shows that are still gone. I don't know if I'm gonna finish them, particularly One Punch Man or Spy Family. But Tales of the Wedding Ring, I do eventually plan on getting to, and obviously Chitose is continuing, and we're gonna watch that every week. So That's going to be a carryover from probably next season, which is good news there. And then let me see here. Yeah, that's everything pretty much. So I think it's time we move on to
Let's go.
the next season. Sorry, took me a while to get it out because I was maneuvering through all the screens I got over here. I'm over here looking like Batman. Winter 2026. Now we took a few ganders at winter, but we didn't dive into winter. This winter is probably the strongest winter might be ever for us because there's some fucking heat that comes out. Goodness gracious, like where do we even start? Okay, let's start off with some of the listeners, and then we'll read what they chose as their sleepers and chose as their most anticipated, and read the synopsis for them, all the ones we need to anyway, and then go from there. Okay, I'll start off with where is it? Oh God. Okay, Maikkerru. Yeah, Maikkerru. He says my most anticipated is Free like most everyone. And then he says the second is Hell's Paradise. Yes, Maikkerru. Let's go. And then he says my sleeper is going to be the Holy Grail of Eris. So, what is the Holy Grail of Eris?
I'm about to look it up.
What we're going to do is we're going to read the synopsis to that and then go from there. You want me to read it?
You found it already?
Yeah.
All right.
The Holy Grail of Eris. Betrayed by her fiance's lover and sentenced to public execution, Constance Grail, a plain Viscount daughter known for her honesty, faces death until a mysterious voice offers salvation. Scarlet Castiel, a noblewoman long thought dead, may be her only hope. Together, these unlikely allies uncover the dark conspiracy lurking in the heart of the high society, where betrayal, secrets, and power collide. That's interesting. This seems to be a one that I'm gonna have to add to the list here.
Yeah, for sure.
Now remember, if you're using AniList and you're going through the list as we do, make sure you add the shows to watching so it pops up in your anime in progress, and then when they air, they show up in your airing tab without you needing to go search for them in a list of shows that you probably have in your list that you haven't gotten to yet, unless you're Crystal. Alrighty. And then let's go to
next.
Rob Stone, if you will.
Okay. Rob Stone, winner most anticipated. We have obviously Free, but honorable mentions to Medalist and My Hero Academia Vigilantes. Sleeper, from the clear Moonlit Dusk. I did action this season, so let's go back to romance. Runner up was Sentenced to be a Hero. So in the clear Moonlit Dusk.
All right. Let's see. I should probably say
that one is Yoi Takaguchi has long legs, a deep voice, and a handsome face. In other words, Yoi is such a good-looking guy that most people don't notice or care that she is, in fact, a girl. Indeed, she's had the nickname Prince for as long as she can remember. That is until she met Ichimura Senpai, the only person who really seemed to see her for herself. To her surprise, she's not sure how to handle this new relationship, especially when her newfound friend is a prince himself, and a guy prince at that. The story of the two high school princes starts here.
This looks interesting. This looks very, very interesting. Incredible, actually. This is done by, I forgot to, if you can go to the last one, tell for me real quick. And pull up the studio. But this is done by eFish Studio. And eFish Studio has done Daily Life of a Middle-Aged Online Shopper in Another World, which is interesting. They've done a condition called Love, which was my sleeper a couple of seasons ago. And that's it. They haven't done anything else. They got one that was canceled called 10 Count. Wow. There was a movie that was canceled. So that's kind of scary. I do like this art style. This art style is probably, sorry. this art style is probably my favorite slice of life art style. You know, with the big beautiful eyes and the with the detail around the eyes, I think is perfect, and I love that for slice of life. So, yeah, I'm looking forward to this one.
The Holy Grail of Eris, Ashi Productions. They did 365 Days to the Wedding.
Okay.
How I Attended All Guys Mixer. It looks like they did ONA for The Time I Reincarnated as a Slime. They did The Tale of Outcast and a couple of other, I'm gonna say, more goofy, whimsical looking shows, like Another World with My Smartphone, Cutie Honey Universe, and Jewel Pet Attack Travel. So I'm not gonna say they necessarily have a huge track record with really good looking anime, but I mean, what they're currently working on for 2026 doesn't look bad at all. And 2024 shows 365 Days to the Wedding didn't look bad either.
That's interesting. Yeah, a couple of studios I haven't heard of so far. All right, moving on. Dad Needs to Talk. Shout out to Dad Needs to Talk podcast. Make sure you give Dad Needs to Talk podcast a listen. His links will be in the show notes, so check that out. Great YouTube content, solo content, dad content. It's wonderful. But he says, and he's also a producer of ours. He says, yo, I hope you guys have been well. I haven't been actively here lately. Family and work been very busy. But I had to check in for this 2026. Is already looking to be a legendary year with all the anime already announced. My sleeper will be Dead Account. One of the few things this season that I haven't read any manga for, which is a hard thing to define for Daddy to talk because he reads damn near everything. But he says willing to give it a try because at glance, it seems to be a typical shonen, but you never know. You never know. And then he says, my most anticipated, aside from obvious Frieren, Fire Force, and Hell's Paradise, I'm happy that Medalist is back, and I'm looking forward to seeing Holy Grail of Eris get animated. Ah, okay. So that's good news. That means Holy Grail of Eris is something to look forward to. If Dad Needs to Talk has read it. He reads a lot of stuff, though. He reads like everything. The good, the bad, and the ugly. He reads it. Which is interesting.
All right.
You have a sleeper?
Alter Mazor. Sleeper.
His sleeper will be Dead Account. So let's look up Dead Account real quick.
Oh yeah. My bad. That's actually one I've already looked up before. So Dead Account, always ready for a fight. Destruction for destruction's sake. The online streamer Aringo is a troll, making the worst of boundary, pushing flame bait content, and raking in the revenue from the hate watchers. You may think he's nothing more than a bottom feeder and a drain on society, but in reality, he's high school dropout Soji Enishiro, a caring older brother with a sweet tooth who loves nothing more than his little sister. His viral videos just a way to pay his sister's medical bills. And even if all of his humanity hates him, he doesn't care so long as his little sister gets better. But then something very strange begins to happen.
What's the studio? Let me just say this. Spoiler alert, I'm not watching it. Because this is not my kind of cup of tea. But I'm curious as to the studio.
The studio is Synergy SP. They're doing a lot this year.
Oof.
They did a Gatherer's Adventure and Isekai solo camping for 2.
The only good thing I think they
Madoka
did.
Kura is Impervious to My Charms.
Oh, they did Girlfriend season 2 though.
Couple of Cuckoos.
Girlfriend season 2 looks wonderful. So I was gonna discount them because they only did everything they did looks like shit. Besides Girlfriend season 2. Now, if you don't like it or if you like it, it's still a beautiful show. So and a couple of Cuckoo season 1 is gorgeous too. And a Salad Bowl of Eccentrics is also a really pretty show. So yeah, they did some pretty stuff. Okay. It's just not for me, bro. It is just not for me. I'll let Dad Needs to talk about that one.
Let me read Mazor Alters.
Yeah.
Now, as far as the winter season, and also thanks for your comments about
we appreciate you. He always brings great conversation.
Yeah. Now, as for the winter season, there are a ton of things that I'm looking forward to, but to keep the list to a minimum, the primary things that I'm looking forward to are Frieren Season 2.
Let's go.
MF Ghost season 3.
Let's go, Mazor. Sorry.
Hell's Paradise season 2.
Yes, let's
the
go.
new Reincarnator as a slime movie.
Yeah.
And a new season of JJK. As for my sleeper, this one was tough because I don't really know anything about any of the new shows coming out, which is perfect.
Yep, that's exactly what
But a lot of them look good. I am going to lock in Terror Man.
I got you. Let me look at what Terror Man is. So to put into perspective though, that is what sleepers are, right? Like you aren't supposed to know anything about it. But Terror Man is it's Korean. Min Junyoung Yu has a special ability, one that lets him see whenever a path leads to an unfortunate future. Min Jung Yu uses his eyes of misfortune to spot unfortunate events and tries to stop them, leading him to become a terrorist feared about the people. Oh, that's interesting. It's a movie though. So, Mazor, make sure you give us another sleeper because this is just a movie. For the season. All right, let's move on to Crystal. Crystal has obviously she has a little bit thicker list, but she says my winner 2026 lineup most anticipated besides Freerin. I'm excited for it anyway. I'm falling in love with you season 2. I meant to watch season 1 of this. I'm falling in love with you season 2, and then her sleeper pick is In the Clear, Moonlit, Dust. I knew it. I knew she was gonna fucking pick that one. And then she says correction. The Blue Wolves Mirburo season 2 dropped December 20th and not January 20th. Oh, that the Blue Wolf show that nobody watched, but like 2 people. Yeah, and then her list is she got a nice spreadsheet inside the Discord. So if you want to check out everything she's watching, check it all out there too. We're probably going to go through some of these anyway, so I'm not going to read them all here. But yeah. We already read In Clear, Moonlit, Dust. Okay, so for our guy.
Fear. Picking sleepers seems so hard this season. Most anticipated, Freerin, Medalist Season 2, Hell's Paradise Season 2, Fire Force. Sleeper, Darwin Incident. I thought there was already a lot of shows, but there's even more than expected.
Yeah. There is too many shows.
So I actually just scrolled past Darwin Incident. Comes out in 14 days and 11 hours. Darwin Incident. Created in a biological science lab, is a half human, half chimpanzee hybrid known as a humanzee. Okay, this is one I've seen already. I've been contemplating not watching this one. Yeah, raised by his adoptive human parents, Charlie is now 15 and starting high school. There he meets Lucy, a clever loner who becomes his first ever friend. But his normal life is shattered when the animal rights extremists who freed his mother from the lab 15 years ago reemerge as terrorists bent on kidnapping Charlie at all costs.
It's done by Bell Knox Films. The only thing they have is the Darwin Incident. Yeah, it's not gonna be good. Not gonna be good, in my opinion, probably for the most part. Okay.
I'm gonna give it a chance.
Are you?
Yeah, I'm gonna give it a chance.
Hey, good on you,
man. I saw it initially. I was like, I'm not gonna watch this. But
Shonen Bump, what's up, Shonen Bump? We haven't heard from you in a minute. He says, I'm excited about all the returning shows: JJK, Freerin, Oshinoko, Fire Force. Most anticipated is Sentence to Be a Hero. Okay. Sentence to Be a Hero. You want to pull that up for me, Till? And he says, my sleeper is, okay, here I go. Shaboy Yugi playing death games to put food on the table. I can feel that this can be a really good or really bad. let me pull up the sleeper. You have
I got it.
You have the sleeper put up already?
Sentence to Be a Hero?
No, that's his most anticipated. But read that one for me. Read that one for me.
Sentence to Be a Hero. A hero is the worst punishment in the world for those convicted of heinous crimes. They are sentenced to become a hero and forced to enter the mandatory military service in the war against the demon lords. These convicts are not even allowed to die. If killed, they will be resurrected to fight another day. Hero Xylo Forbarts, former head of the Order of the Holy Knights, leads a penal unit. Goodness gracious, I'm not going to do this again. Unit of deplorables fighting on the front lines. It's in these direst of circumstances that he meets Toyota, one of the world's strongest weapons. When every last enemy has been defeated, you are to shower me with praise and pat my head. In order to survive and take revenge on those who wronged him, he makes a pact with the goddess and launches headfirst into a maelstrom of war and intrigue.
Unironically, I'm looking forward to this one. I know it sounds crazy coming from me because it seems like not a polo ass show, but I'm looking forward to it. They don't. But let me get to his actual sleeper. His sleeper is Shibuya Yugi playing death games to put food on the table. Yugi wakes up to find herself wearing a maid's uniform in a strange manner. After wandering into the dining room, she comes across 5 other girls, each in the exact same outfit. Soon, the girls learn that the manor is brimming with lethal weapons in an array of deadly traps, and that they can only escape by playing the most gruesome of games. As the terrifying truth sets in, each girl's face goes pale, except Yuki's. Why? Because this isn't her first go-around. That's right. Yuki is a professional death game player who lives off the prize money she collects from winning brutal killing competitions. And she's not about to let this chance pass her by. And as Shonen Bump says, this could be either really good or really bad. What was the studio for that last one you did? Because the studio for this one, his sleeper, is Studio Dean. And Studio Dean they do a lot. They do a lot of good stuff too. So I'm kind of looking forward to it. But they did Days with My Stepsister, which is my favorite. One of my favorites. They did Yakuza Fiance, which, as terrible as that show was, it looked great.
The studio for that is Studio Kai.
Studio
which
4.
They did A Star Brighter Than the Sun.
Yeah.
They did Seventh Time Loop.
Okay.
Skeleton Night in Another World.
That one was pretty.
Uma Musume.
Okay. That's actually the Uma Musume would look
Fantasy
great.
Star Online 2. Which actually that one also kind of looked good. That was 2019 though. But yeah, I think they've done some shows that actually look really good, and then some shows that look okay.
Oh. All right. Go ahead for All for One Matt, brother.
All right. Sorry, I was trying to get out of that. All for One Matt. Most anticipated returning shows. Season 3, Oshinoko. Season 2, Freerun. Season 3, JJK. Most anticipated new show. Sentenced to be a Hero. Sleeper. The Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer. Thank you.
Oh.
That's kind of fresh right there.
The Daily Life.
You got it?
Yeah.
All right.
Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer. In a society where torture is legal and big business, Spiritus dominates the industry with skill, style, and surprisingly cheerful teamwork, part-timers Sero, Sheiyu, Mikey, and Hugh tackle clients' session. And that's in quotes for some reason. Office shenanigans and even more occasional in-house assassin. All with a smile. Life at Spiritus proves that even in a world full of pain, work can be surprisingly fun. And this is done by Studio Dio Media, which they have done not much of anything, but they did Ron's The Forbidden Deductions show, which looked great, by the way. They did Saints Magic Powers Omnipotent, Parallel World Pharmacy. Yeah, I'm watching this one. This is getting added for sure.
Yeah.
They did some absolute heat. Now, it could be terrible, though, but I'm definitely giving it a shot. Moving on to another one of our producers. Shout out to Phrozen Paradise. He says, most anticipated, Freerun Season 2. If this season sticks to land, then this may be one of the best anime of all time. Yeah, I don't think we have a problem with that, but I'm absolutely with you on there. Like, this could come into number 1 for sure. And the sleeper is Sentenced to be a Hero. Wow. Honorable mentions: The Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer and A Gentle Noble's Vacation recommendation. Okay. All right. Let's look up A Gentle Noble's Vacation recommendation as an honorable mention.
Pulling that up now. All right. Gentle Noble's Vacation recommendation. When Lizelle mysteriously finds himself in a city that bears odd similarities to his own, but clearly isn't. He quickly comes to terms with the unlikely truth. This is an entirely different world. Even so, laid-back Lizzle isn't the type to panic. He immediately sets out to learn more about this strange place, and to help him do so, hires a seasoned adventurer named Gil as his tour guide and protector. Until he's able to find a way home, Lizzle figures this is the perfect opportunity to explore a new way of life, adventuring as part of a guild. After all, he's sure he'll go home eventually. Might as well enjoy the otherworldly vacation for now.
What studio is that?
That is Studio Ascension and Synergy SP.
I ain't never heard of them either.
And they are doing Dual Masters. Dual Masters is the only thing they look like they've worked on.
Phrozen also concludes with, I'm also excited for a new season because the fall season was such a disappointment for me. To me, I pretty much dropped everything. Damn.
Yeah. Yeah, they've only worked on Dual Masters and goofy looking stuff for the most part.
Interesting. OVAs and whatnot.
It's literally just Dual Masters for like almost 10 plus years.
Uh-oh. That's interesting. But it's just an honorable mention. I'm glad we got that read. All right, moving on to Kilo.
All right. Kilo. Sleeper, sentenced to be a hero. Most anticipated, JJK Season 3. Definitely will be watching Frieren, Hell's Paradise, My Hero Vigilantes, Trigun, Darwin's Game.
Darwin Incident.
Yeah. And Golden Kamui final season. I'm going to give the 3 episodes tryout to Fate Strange Fake. Omai Gotiki Ga Moi no Katru no.
Hey, you fucking nailed that shit. Good shit, bro. That was clean.
Yo.
I was looking at that with a smile on my face. You nailed that shit.
Yo, that's crazy. I'm sorry. Couldn't find the English name. I was about to go the rest of that, but I'm sorry, man. Let's get a translation for that. My goodness.
That was crazy. You did a hell of a job, though. Okay.
That's what I felt like. I'm so
for
sorry, man.
For sure. You did that shit. You nailed it. All right. Moving on to TK. TK says all 19 most anticipated since it's to be a hero. Sleeper, Journal with Witch. Finally, a new one. Hold on. What's this one? Journal with Witch. Okay, Journal with Witch. A reclusive novelist, Maikkerru Kudai, has always preferred a company of books. But when her sister and brother-in-law pass away, Maikkerru unexpectedly becomes the guardian of her 15-year-old niece, Ayase Takumi. As they navigate grief, clashing personalities, and challenges of living together, the two slowly open their hearts to each other, discovering warmth, understanding, and the meaning of family. Oh, man. That one's interesting. Journal with Witch. Done by Studio Shuka, another studio I have never heard of before. But they did the Yasuki family, 4 sons. Never heard of that either. The Case Files of Jeweler Richard. This 91 Days is the only thing I've heard of, and that show's terrible.
My goodness. All right.
Oh, they did Durara. I wish I would have finished Durara. I might have to go back to that.
Durara, I don't think I ever. No, I watched the first 2 seasons. I think that's all I got out of that.
Yeah, you only watch a little bit of it. You don't never really like me personally. Every time I saw it, it was always bits and pieces of it. It was never like the whole thing.
I sat down and tried to watch it. I just don't think it was compelling enough after season 2. That's my opinion, though.
Interesting. Okay. All right. He also has continuing. He's looking forward to Frieren season 2 as his number 1. JJK season 3. Hell's Paradise season 2. Oshinoko season 3. Fire Force. My Hero Vigilantes. Golden Kamui. Movie, he has MSG, Hathaway's Flash second film. His list is decadent, so it's like very, very, very detailed. But he has his new Fate Strange Fake, Sentenced to be a Hero, and the Cleared Moonlit Dusk, Journal with a Witch, which is a sleeper, Hakidori, Samurai Trooper, and then he got a bunch of ONAs and movies. Good list, TK. List. Make sure you join the Discord. Check out all of our listeners. It's in the last week's episode forum thread, which is 330, Go Driven versus Reactive. Make sure you guys check out everybody's lists and details and add them to your list on any list. Okay. Now it's time for us to talk about what we are most excited for. Teliano.
Yeah, brother.
Let's get there. All right. Obviously, Freerun will be on Journey's End season 2. We're most looking forward to that. Again, we got a watch list on our Discord or a watch guide because we're going to lead right up to the week that Freerun drops. We're going to be watching Freerun. So make sure you check that out. And we're going to be talking about episodes 1 through 7 at the end of this. So make sure you check it out. The same thing with Hell's Paradise season 2. So those are obviously 2 of our most anticipated. But Oshinoko season 3, I'm so excited for. I'm sad that we don't have a date in which is, oh, it does. Start date, January 14th. Oh, clean. Clean.
Nice.
But yeah, those are the 3 that we are most excited for to watch. JJK, didn't we talk about this a couple of weeks ago?
Yeah, I think we talked about it, but of course we're excited to watch it. I think it's the main thing.
We're excited to watch it. I've read it, and again, every time I read something, I don't feel as compelled to watch. So I'm not as excited as everybody else. This is the Culling Game for JJK season 3, and it's part 1 of it. It's going to look pretty. Mappa going to do their fucking thing because they got to take their time with this season. So it's going to look great. And it's JJK. It's a great story. But I personally don't care that much about JJK. I don't know why, man. It's a great series, though. I just don't. Yeah. It's great, and I mean great. And I'm talking like 8, 9. I mean, didn't we give it a 9? We gave it a 9 on our review scale. Like, it's a great series, but I just don't care. I don't care that much. I feel like I'm gonna get crucified for that.
You'll be okay. Ain't nobody gonna. What they gonna do?
What about you?
That's it. I'm definitely excited to watch JJK. I gotta say the Trigun coming back, I actually am pretty excited about because I feel like that first Trigun remake season was actually really good. Yeah. And in a time when we're getting like remakes or like shows that are meant to be in that same grain of some of those remakes, like Cowboy Bebop-esque, and they're just like flopping.
Yeah.
Trigun didn't do that to us. You know what I mean?
Yeah, 100%.
So I feel like I'm excited about this continuation in comparison. And I don't care if people liked other series that they thought were going to do well because it seemed Cowboy Bebop-esque or not, which I think no one here felt that way.
No.
But the Trigun series I am very stoked about. Obviously Freerun, brother.
Yeah.
Top 2 kind of anime, top 3 kind of anime easily.
Yeah.
And I'm just, what is it? Freerun. I think there are going to be, what else was it I was just looking at?
I'm looking forward to Chain Soldier season 2. I fucking enjoyed season 1. It was slop, etchy mess that I just love. You know what I loved about Chain Soldiers? I love Chain Soldiers' power system in the way it works.
I forgot about what it was until you said power system, and now I'm like, I know exactly what Chain Soldier was.
It's very it's interesting as hell for some reason to me, and I love what happened at the end of season 1, to where it's like it progressed very aggressively. So I'm like, oh shit, I need to see what's gonna happen in this season 2. I may be the only one, but I'm actually looking forward to it, unironically.
The issue is I completely forgot what Chain Soldier was. I was like, I didn't watch that.
Mm-hmm.
And now that you said that, it's like, I remember exactly what it is. Yep. I remember exactly what it was.
It's great. It's great, in my opinion. It's that slop that I enjoy. And the reason why I enjoy it because it has progression that is aggressive, man. I love aggressive progression, which JJK does extremely well. Chain Soldiers did season well. Hell's Paradise did season really well. Fire Force did really well until season 3, at the beginning, the first half of season 3, and now it's just kind of like, I'm hoping it's better for this part 2. But I'm also excited for the movie of Dangers in My Heart. Now I'm not sure exactly what this is. Oh, never mind. I'm not that excited. Re-edited both anime seasons featuring newly added footage that would depict the story of Ichikawa and Yamada after the events of the TV series. So yeah, I am excited for this, but is this like it? Is this the end of it? Or are we still getting a season 3? That is my question. It don't seem like we are. So this movie might be the wrap of it all. But Dangers in My Heart is one of my favorite series too. One of my favorite slice of life. Is great. Any more most anticipated? Now, is Reincarnated as a slime movies canon? Do you know?
I don't know, but I have. I've only watched one of them.
Oh,
I think they're good, but I'm not sure if they're canon.
Oh, yeah. Okay, I thought this was never mind. I thought this was a season 2. But Cheat Skill, a very pretty show that came out.
Yeah, that's an ONA though, right?
Yeah, it's an ONA, unfortunately.
And it's like a one-time special.
Yep. Damn. I was hoping that was season 2. I was about to be excited for that.
I was thinking the same thing when I saw it. Because I think that would be a really good season 2. But hopefully if we support that, maybe they'll get a season 2. Like maybe that's what that is a precursor to.
Beastar's final season part 2. I didn't even know it was a final season part 1.
Same, even though it's one of the greatest anime of all time.
Stop the cat. I gotta watch. I still didn't watch season 2 of Beastars, to be fair, so I can't even rightfully judge it.
Good.
I'm definitely watching
out here.
This Death Game one.
Yes. The Death Game ones always turn out to be what was the name of that one again?
It's either this one is Shibuyugi, but she has like this is what she do for a living, so I'm interested to see. See how she kill these girls. Now good, and just getting the 3-episode rule because if it's bad, I ain't watching it. MF Ghost, of course. I cannot fucking wait to MF Ghost. It's in 9 days.
Yeah.
I fucking love this series. Just as much as I love the initial D series, MF Ghost to me is up there.
I would actually say it's better than Initial D in my opinion.
Nah, I definitely disagree with that, but it's good. It's a great series. Initial D is just way too suspenseful for MF Ghost. MF Ghost is just a guy shitting on people for the most part.
Well, yeah. I can kind of rock with you on that one.
I like the underdog story of him coming in this fucking delivery car and turning it into a beast. Yeah. All right, let's get into. Is that all the most anticipated for us? I know you're working on the notes.
I would have to. I don't think. Yeah, I was hitting the notes. Yeah, I don't think we had too many most anticipated other than that, because I feel like we both agree that we kind of have a lot of the same most anticipated. Sadly.
Yeah.
But
now with that being said, let's get into some of these new shows that are coming that not a lot of people mention. I think. Hear me out. For some reason, I don't know why I feel like this, and I could be entirely wrong, and our community will let me know inside of the episode. But I feel like everybody already knows what Sentenced to Be a Hero is, because I've seen this show everywhere. And I think actually it was supposed to come out last season, but it got delayed, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah, I think that's in the notes.
So while I am looking forward to it, I think people are cheating by picking that as their sleeper, because I got a feeling it's going to be good. Even though it seemed like it wouldn't be my type of shit, but it just seems unique enough for me to want to give it a shot. You know what I mean?
Yeah. I gotta say, I heard nothing about it.
Really?
Just to be honest. Yeah, I had no preconceived notions until we had people here just now mentioning it. And it could just be because my TikTok my TikTok algorithms are not showing me that.
It wasn't even on TikTok. It was just on YouTube everywhere.
Really? Yeah. I didn't see none of that. But I hope that is good because now I'm tuned in.
I'm looking forward to it.
There are a couple that I would say I'm actually kind of interested in, and it's going to be. Well, let me add this one to the watching real quick, just in case. Got to stock my list up and then drop them later. Where was it at?
If I don't start a show, I just remove it from the list. I don't even like drop. I just remove because if I didn't start it, that is.
So, what is that? And by the way, there's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless
what?
Next Shine.
Hold on.
There's no freak.
You didn't say anything precursor to that.
Sorry. I meant to throw this in. I'm just adding this in now. There's no freaking way I'll be your lover unless Next Shine is a continuation of a previous show where the girl was, that we talked about, where the girl was trying to date the other girl.
Yeah.
And it got weird. Christian said that it fixed itself later on. So Christian Archivist said that it got better. And I might pick that up. But I will say one of the ones I'm interested in is this, and no one said anything about it. The Invisible Man and his soon-to-be wife.
Okay.
Akira Tonome is an invisible gentleman who runs the detective agency, and Shizuki Yokua is a mild-mannered human female who works there. Shizuka can always find Akira even when he turns completely invisible. A quiet love begins to blossom between them as the Invisible Man and the blind girl grow closer to each other.
Yeah, this looks interesting. It's done by Project 9. Project 9 does heat. They don't fucking miss usually, except for Doctor Detective. But
it's kind of weird, and I feel like it's definitely gonna be like one of those cute. You'll have a bunch of cute moments in it. Yeah. It's how I'm gonna see it. Mind you, she's a blind girl, and she can always find the invisible. Blind, like she can't see.
Yeah, obviously. Yeah. Oh wow.
Yeah, she's blind and can't see, but she can always find him. I'm like, yeah, this is gonna be cute. This is gonna be great. Very
interesting, and I love everything about that. Okay. What about this one though? You and I are polar opposites. Suzuki, a high school girl in love, but the guy she's fallen for is nothing like her. While she's cheerful, outgoing, and always trying to fit in, her classmate Yasuki Tani is stoic, quiet, and doesn't seem to care about what people think of him. Will Suzuki be able to overcome her anxieties and ask him out, or will she discover the opposites really don't attract? Yeah, I'm watching this. This is a polo ass show.
It's like a polo ass show.
For sure.
This is a polo ass show. Yeah.
Oh man, getting that added to the list for sure. Right, that's done by Studio Leppentrack though. They've done Shoshimen, How to Become Ordinary, which is fantastic and looks beautiful. And they've done not much of anything else, to be fair.
So this is one that I think looks interesting, but who knows, right? Jack of all trades, party of none. Betrayed by his childhood friend and cast out of the hero party, Orundura, once their loyal enchanter, is branded by his former comrades as a jack of all trades but a master of none. Alone, he sets out to forge a new path as a solo adventurer. His journey sparks explosive battles, deadly rivals, and unexpected allies. And he'll rise to shatter every expectation. The ultimate solo comeback begins. They have done nothing. This studio is Animation Studio 42. This is the only show that they're currently working on. They have a show to be announced.
I'm definitely giving it a shot. It's probably gonna be terrible, but
and the only thing they have in correlation to this is a light novel and a manga that's currently releasing, which I do like that at least they have some resources to go off of for the show, which means that, I mean, at least they have some lore for the world, but I have no idea, brother.
All it takes is their execution.
Yeah.
I got one for you. There was a cute girl in the hero's party, so I tried confessing to her. When Yuoki was reincarnated into a magical world, he became neither a hero nor a demon lord. but instead became a middle-level subordinate demon guarding the castle. When the heroes' party attacked the Demon Lord's castle, Yuki was able to defeat them easily, but fell in love at first sight with the beautiful cleric Cecilia. Yeah, this is a Polo and Tell ass show. It gets a shot, but it's probably bad. This is done by Studio Gekyo. I don't know how to say that. But they've done Banished from the Court Magician. The Banished Court Magician aims to become the strongest, which is what we just was talking about earlier. Nobody's way up to an exploration hero, which is one that we did a couple of seasons ago that ended up being terrible but kind of good at the same time. Grandpa and Grandpa Turn Young Again.
Yeah.
Protocol Rain. Temporu. One Hit Kill Sister. A lot of variety. Demon Lord Retry R. Oh no. They've done a lot of stuff that is terrible
Demon Lord Retry
and good at the same time. So yeah, I'm gonna add that to the list.
Oh my goodness.
Seems like it'd be an easy watch.
Demon Lord Retry is crazy, bro. All right. Here's one I'm looking at right now. Noble Reincarnation, born blessed all, obtain ultimate power. Noah's the world's strongest 6-year-old, has been privileged enough to be reborn as the Emperor's 13th child. What's more, he's been overpowered with an infinite level cap and a cheat that stacks the powers of anyone who serves him. But even privilege has its problems. The glimmering facade of high society hides a world of conspiracies, schemes, and power struggles.
Seems very familiar.
It does. It's very familiar. The studio is Comp Town. They did Headhunted to Another World from the Salaryman, and they did Migi and Dolly, which means they don't have a ton of experience. But I did peep the trailer for a little bit, and at least it doesn't look bad. It's not like heavy CGI.
Okay, step in the right direction.
It hopefully, I mean, it looks like there's some CGI, but not like CGI where there's like large CGI creatures or anything like that. A lot of it looks just well animated. So I'm adding that one to the list for sure. All
right, I got this one, and this one may sound familiar to, but you tell me. Easygoing territory defense by the optimistic Lord. Van, fourth son of the Marquis, is just a toddler when he realized that he's been reincarnated. Thanks to his literal lifetime of knowledge, he's raised as a child prodigy until production magic manifests. And it's the last thing his snooty mage family wants to see. His disappointed father banishes him to a podunk town on the verge of collapse, yet Vaughn can only see the place's potential. Can our hero, Bastion of the Battlements, build a better life than battle magic could? Jesus Christ. Let me read this last sentence again. This is the biggest tongue twister ever. Can our hero's Bastion of Battlements build a better life than battle magic ever could? Jesus.
Ooh, alliterism.
Alliterism is crazy.
Alliteration. Sorry, my goodness, that's crazy.
I'm definitely adding that to the list because, again, another Polo Until Last show. It reminds me of how a realist hero rebuilt a kingdom.
My goodness, yeah, that's exactly what it sounds like, actually. But as a toddler is where he starts off at.
Yeah, to be fair though, let me go back because I gotta go. The studio is Studio Nas, and Studio Nas has done, virtually nothing. They did Sabi Kui Bisco. Remember that one? Infinite Dendrogram that I never finished, that I dropped. They did ID Invaded though. And they also did, oh God. They did My First Girlfriend is a Gal, which I love that show actually. Interesting. Hopefully that's good.
All right. Hear me out.
I'm hearing you out.
Kunan the Sorcerer Can See.
Yeah. I was just looking at this too.
A young man who cannot see has the goal of creating new eyes with water magic. After just 5 months of learning sorcery, Kunan surpassed his own mentor and honed his talent as he tried to do a feat that's never been done before. A fantasy about a young man, a blind genius who opens up the world through curiosity and pursuit for magic is about to begin. This is done by Platinum Vision, no pun intended.
They did Love of Kill.
Yeah, they did Love of Kill, which looks good. I mean, I think they have a art style that doesn't look bad. Period.
Yeah, I agree. They did Devil's Line too. Devil's Line looked fantastic. It wasn't a good show though. I hated Devil's Line.
Well, that's not entirely up to the animators.
That's true. That's why I would never even blame them for that. But I got one here. Since I'm in my shoujo bag, if you don't mind. The villainess is adored by the prince of the neighbor kingdom. One day, before her downfall, Lady Terra Rose, Lapis Clementel recalls that she is in an otame game that she had once played in her former life. She used to adore the main love interest, Prince Heart Knights, Lapis Lazuli Lactomouth. But unfortunately, she was not reincarnated as the heroine, but rather as his worst enemy, the villainous fiance. At their graduation ceremony, without blinking an eye, Heart Knights condemns Terra Rose for alleged crimes, breaks off his engagement, and proclaims that the heroine Akari as his new bride-to-be. No matter whether Terra Rose is innocent, he banishes her from the kingdom, but before her sentence can be carried out, a shocking figure appears. Aquastad Marine Forest, the prince of a powerful neighboring country, has been harboring feelings for Terra Rose for quite some time and announces that he intends to marry her. Adored by the prince of another kingdom, she awaits the villainous on her path to a happy ending. Yeah, this one's getting added to my list. And I'm shocked that I don't know if Crystal had this on her list or not, but I'm all for it. Oh, she did. It's right there. I see her. Yeah, that one seems interesting. It's done by Studio Dean again. Studio Dean does so many slice of life. It's insane. But they're also doing Shiboyuki this season. So one of these are going to suffer. Probably. But Studio Dean is massive, though. They have a lot of people.
This anime might be a polo ass anime. But keep in mind it is a Netflix anime.
Oh, what that mean? Don't mean nothing.
It is done by Wit Studio.
Okay. The Goats.
And Crystal,
my favorite studio.
Crystal is planning to watch it.
What is it?
Love Through a Prism. Yoko Kamyo, whose manga Boys Over Flowers enraptured readers around the globe, brings a brand new classic to viewers worldwide, set at a London art academy in the opening decade of 1900s. The Netflix series Love Through a Prism follows Lily Ichijoji, a girl enchanted by painting as she chases her dreams and experiences youth. This ensemble of coming-of-age story about young people striving for prismatic radiance against the odds is about to begin, and this is a romance anime.
It's historical.
Now, it says romance, and it does actually look insane. But like I said, this is a Wit Studio Netflix anime, so it looks incredible.
We'll see.
I did add it to my list because
20 episodes is crazy.
Sheesh. Yeah. For a Netflix series, yeah.
Yeah. I got one here for you. Wash It All Away. With an endearing protagonist in the Lucius art, this seaside slice of life story offers tranquility in the chaos of the modern world. For 2 years, Wakane Kineme has run a laundry service in the seaside resort town of Atami, where she's built a fulfilling life, making friends with the locals and visiting hot springs. Although Wakana has no knowledge of her own past, her cleaning services safeguard memories imbued in customers' precious items. I don't know what this is. It's a beautiful art style, though, so I'm going to add it to the list. It's done by Studio Studio Kuruto Noboru. Never heard of this studio before, but they did a couple of Cuckoo season 2, even given the worthless appraiser class. They did Minus the Deaf Ability. Oh, Studio Apartment. Good lighting. Angel included. I love that show. They did Tomodachi Game, and they did a few good things. Okay.
What studio was that?
Nokuruto Noboru.
All right.
I'm all for it. It's a lot of shit. My list is getting way thicker than spring was.
Yeah, my list is unnecessarily thick right now. An adventurous daily grind at age 29.
What'd you say? Repeat that.
An adventurous daily grind at age 29.
Oh shit.
Having spent his childhood in the slums, Hajime Shinonomi desperately sought strength to survive. Now he enjoys a peaceful and carefree life as a resident adventurer of the Komai village. One day during a quest, he ventured a dungeon and finds a young girl being partially eaten by a weakest kind of monster, a slime.
Oh.
The girl's name was Leroy. Having been abandoned by her parents, she had no place to go and entered the dungeon alone in order to stay alive. Hajime couldn't just leave her there, so he took her back to the village to live with him.
Oh. I'm
going to tell you right now. Yeah, I hate this show already.
Yeah.
Because I feel like it's going to be enjoyable. This is one of those shows that's like unassumingly good. Like I parry everything or, you know what I mean?
That's exactly what I was thinking.
And it's done by Studio Hornets, which, like you said, 7-time loop.
Okay. So wait, this is
Somali in the Forest.
Second thing they're doing this season?
It might be, but it doesn't show anything else for this season.
Oh, okay.
Damn, but I feel like they definitely are working on something else. Oh, you know what it is? It's another studio that partnered to do 7-time loop, I think.
I see. Okay. What is this? Oh, okay, never mind. Not for me. Let's keep moving.
I think I got my sleeper.
Here we go. You can't be in a rom-com with your childhood friends.
Oh my goodness.
It's a polo ass show. EU, a high school boy, has a problem. 2 childhood friends, Shio and Akari, who go to the same high school, are too cute. If they find out that I'm only looking sexually at them now that they've grown up, even though I have no intentions of doing so, that will be too much. On the other hand, the 2 childhood friends also have their own secrets. It's so awkward. It's complicated, but the childhood friends are the best. A sweet and impatient love triangle, love comedy where you can't be honest. Okay, I'll watch it. You don't have to twist my arm. God damn it, I'll turn it on. I'll watch it.
He said, oh my God. You don't have to twist my arm. Oh man.
Interesting. That's interesting. It's about to be messy and fucking I just love it. Why ain't neither one of us or anybody mentioned Roll Over and Die?
I actually was looking at that one, and I meant to actually read that one.
Go ahead.
Let me scroll back at it. It's on my right hand side right here. Will Thigh Roll Over and Die. All right. Flum has been chosen by God to be in the hero's party despite having stats of 0 across the board. All she has is the reversal ability that she still doesn't fully understand. Predictably, she proves useless in battle, but she refuses to give up and continues to do all she can for the party. Her party mate, Jean, a genius and renowned sage, picks on her at every opportunity and eventually sells her off into slavery. Bum. Even as a slave, she's treated as incompetent and persecuted, and ultimately thrown to monsters as bait for her master's entertainment. Flum is left with 2 options. Take up the cursed sword that inevitably brings death to its wielder, or be eaten by monsters. The moment she chooses to fight back is when the reversal of her life begins. Damn, that's crazy. She reversed the curse, huh?
That's insane. What studio is that?
Oh, That is Studio ACGT. And they did Berserk of Gluttony,
Okay.
Orient, Eden Zero.
Okay. It didn't look bad.
Yeah, their animation is good.
It's a lot of freaking shows.
Yeah, they did Initial D Battle Stage 2.
Oh, we got too many shows. This I got a feeling this time is going to be a lot of drop stuff, probably.
It's gonna have to be. You're gonna have to pick
'cause-
out the best of the best because I'm pretty sure I got like 30 some on my list already.
Yeah, this is feeling a little bit too thick already.
But hear me out. It's the beginning of the year.
Mm-hmm.
They like might as well go ahead and lock in on your anime now.
Did you see this mystery one?
Yes. You talking about which one? Go ahead.
Arine no Jinkinbo. Arine Norito is a vampire detective who manipulates supernatural powers.
Mm-hmm.
Lynn Rainwell, is a noblewoman's daughter who loves vampires. Their worlds should never have crossed, but they join hands to solve a bloody mystery. In the darkest of nights, Lynn finds herself in desperate need of help. Then she wanders into a mysterious city called Lugenberg, where non-humans live. Lynn's world changes drastically when she encounters Arne, a vampire who is called the worst in the city. And tonight, a new murder case has occurred, with the truth behind this bizarre incidents that takes place in a world where humanity and the bizarre intersects. Yeah, it's a mystery, so I gotta give it a shot, even though 90% of the time they're either terrible or really, really good. It's done by Studio Silverlink, and I'm a big fan of Silverlink. They did April Showers, Let This Grieving Soul Retire. They did The Misfit Demon King, Our Last Crusade, Hokkaido Girls Are Super Cute, Sasaki and Peeps. A lot of shows I like. Ragnar Crimson, Masamune Kun's Revenge.
Did you see this one? Yushin no Kuzu. It translates to Heroes Trash. An alternate 21st century rich mafia member can turn into demon kings through increasingly popular ether enhancement surgery.
What's
and the bounty hunters? Yushu no Kuzu. Hunters called Braves are the ones called upon to take them down. Yashiro only wants the simple pleasure in life: pizza, beer, card games. When three young Braves offer him a majestic sum to be their private tutor, he agrees solely for the money, but it's worth what he's getting himself into. Now, I looked at the studio, and the studio is OLM, which we know them for doing
greatness.
Apothecary Diaries.
Mm-hmm. Oh my God, it looks beautiful.
Yeah.
Oh fuck, dude, how are we?
So, I completely skipped this one, but I'm about to add it to my list now.
Yeah, of course. 24 episodes.
I'm at least gonna give it a try. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm. It looks gorgeous, though. That's a crazy. Beautiful ass looking show. Okay.
That's crazy. Let me make sure I ain't skip over nothing else.
There's so many things here. I can't.
I think I'm gonna just remove this one because I know I'm not gonna watch it.
And I'm sure our community is also going to find some stuff that they think we should watch too. If y'all do find some stuff that you think we passed up and you know we're going to watch, make sure you mention it in the Discord, and then we can create a thread for it. And then that's the easiest way for us to check out shows that you think we might like. And if you're building a thread on the Discord for a show, make sure you use the cover art from it, and you use the AniList link, so it makes it easier for everybody to find what we're watching. What I like to do is I like to try to, as soon as an episode of something airs, I like to just make the thread as soon as possible, so that we already have it complete, so that we don't have a bunch of different different threads and they're not formatted all. They're formatted all weird. Yeah. All right. Shall we talk sleeper? Oh, dude, tell. We forgot.
Yeah.
We forgot to wrap up our all that matters or all that matters for the characters. I know we got female characters. I know we both chose Scarlet, right? Like that's just no question.
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah. What about male character for you for all that matters? Before we get into our super picks.
Before a certain outcome, it would have been Akira.
Mm-hmm.
But absolutely the hell not.
Yeah.
Goodness gracious. Because what I'm going to do, are we only choosing anime that rapped?
Yeah.
Or like anime that was just from the season?
Anime that rapped.
Because I could have chosen. Okay.
I'll choose.
Go ahead.
It's gonna be Light from My Gotcha.
Oh, yeah.
My Gift Lvl,
great.
I mean. Light is awesome.
I am going to go with Roger de Galbraith. Or
the Duke?
The Duke from
Pastor yeah, what a great
Pastor
choice.
Masumi Milady.
Yeah, that's a great choice, actually.
But I also think, just hear me out when I say this, you could very easily go with the Prince from, may I ask for one final thing too?
Yeah.
I feel like you could definitely go with him because he definitely
True.
had some moments where he was just like, he was actually a really good counterbalance to her.
Very true.
So there actually were quite a few different male characters that were actually solid in my opinion.
That's an awesome choice too. All right, man. I think we are ready for our sleeper picks. Wait, what's this?
All right.
Wait. A misanthrope teaches a class for demi-humans. After a traumatic incident ends his teaching career, Ray Hiromiya, I don't know how to say it, is certain he hates humans. Yet when he sees a job for a teacher who truly cares for his students, he's compelled to apply. Before he know it, he's hired, and only to find out that his students are demi-humans. What begins as a job becomes a journey for healing for both a teacher who's lost faith in humanity and the students who dream of it. Yeah, sorry, I'm watching this. It's done by Studio Azred. Who the fuck is? Oh, they did Ari Friata. Okay. He also did Mother Goddess Dormitory, which is on my list. Oh, this might be strange. Okay. Sorry. I just found out when I was scrolling.
It's stuff that I just keep, every time I look at the list,
I know. This season's going to be ridiculous. I don't know. At least we got a couple of weeks before it begins.
Yeah.
All right, Tell. Sleeper pick. What you got?
Oh, you want me to go first?
Yeah,
So
hell yeah.
my sleeper, oddly enough, is going to start on the first of the year. It is Jack of all trades, party of none.
Okay. I like that choice. Yeah, I like that choice. Okay. Let me find something that I didn't think Tell was going to watch. God, it's so... I want to try to be different from Crystal, but I can't. I mean, it's... God, it's so... Let me try to be different.
I know as soon as Crystal said what she was choosing.
Yeah. I was obviously looking at that one too, but I'm definitely choosing something different this time because we always pick the same fucking thing. But you got to watch that one too, Tell. You got to watch that one. and clear in the Moonlight Dust, please. So I can have somebody talk to about. All right. Let's go with, for me, I'm gonna try to be different.
What we got, brother?
The villainess is adored by the prince of the neighboring kingdom.
You know what? And I was looking at that one too. That was already on my list.
Okay, good. But I'm gonna make sure you watch it. All right. We are going to get to know Mike Check Waifu right after these commercial breaks.
Wait, hold on.
What?
Let's run through everybody's sleepers first.
Okay.
We normally do that, right? That's normally what we do.
Sure.
All right. In the clear, Moonlight Dusk was chosen by Maikkerru and Crystal. Dead Account was chosen by DadNeedsToTalk. Terror Man by Mazor. Darwin Incident by Fear. Playing death games to put food on the table was chosen by Shonen Bump. Daily Life of a Part-Time Torturer, All for One Matt. Sentenced to be a Hero, Kilo and Phrozen. And Journal with... What was it? Journal with what? I messed up.
Journal with a Witch.
Journal with a Witch. That's what I forgot to see. Journal with Witch by CK. And Polo chose The Villainess is Adored by the Prince of the Neighboring Kingdom. And I chose Jack of All Trades, Party of None.
Clean. Okay, now we're going to get to know my Check Waifu after these commercial breaks. Okay, now before we get into the get to know my Check Waifu, I almost forgot to do this. How many is on your list?
Oh, shoot.
I'm going to start counting mine.
You're right there, brother. Give me a second here. What?
I got 29, which is less than I thought.
Hold up.
What? Yours might be less than I thought too, huh?
I'm not watching all of this.
How many you got?
It don't matter. I'm not watching all of that. I chose 43.
What the fuck? I technically got 30 because of JJK, but I don't. Who knows if I'm gonna watch it at launch? I don't know.
Yeah, I have 43 on my list. I'm not watching all of that. I don't even think I got. Oh yeah, 43. I think one of those is a movie.
Oh, okay.
So 42, and that's getting cut down.
Yeah, 100%.
The most I'm giving myself time for is 30 max, and only 30 if they're good.
Right.
Otherwise, it's getting dropped down to 20 something.
All right. Whose turn is the roll random number generator?
Me.
Please do.
Actually, I don't think it's my turn to run. I think it's really your turn.
I'm already here.
77.
Do you enjoy anime with dark or mature themes?
Yes.
Yeah. I mean,
Made in Abyss was dark.
Yeah. That's no question. Re:Zero is our favorite anime of all time, and it's one of the darkest ever. Steins Gate is extremely dark. Yeah, I mean, of course. I think what I prefer is dark and mature themes that are unique, right? I don't want just violence for violence sake, like the Toka PE one. That one stunk because that was just aggressively dark for the sake of, and it didn't have any real great just driving forces. It was just back to back negative for negative sakes, or like what's that one that everybody loved? No, people don't actually love it, but one that kills everybody. for the sake of just a waste of time.
But and even when it comes to that, right? Because then you say more mature themes, right?
Mm-hmm.
And what is it called? Like then you have like Haji Hero.
Yep.
Which, especially towards the end of that, where you got like the confirmation for how things happen in another character's life.
Mm-hmm.
Very dark themes. Samusho.
Mm-hmm.
Then you got what was it? The one where he goes back in time to confront his friend's killer or this girl's killer as a kid. I can't remember
Erased?
the name of it. Erased, yes.
Yeah.
Erased. Very mature themes. Some of them are so good because you have a lot of that maturity in it, and it's not like pussyfooting around with playing with you or anything like that.
Yeah. All right. Now, let's get into the rewatch of Frieren, episodes 1 through 7. Next week will be episodes 8 through 15, I think. Yeah, 8 through 15. So if you wanted to join us on this rewatch, just make sure you join the Discord and follow the rewatch guide. It's all laid out on the episodes you should watch and the dates that you should watch them to be caught up to the season start of season 2. All right.
All right, brother.
Yeah, so we had a conversation with a buddy of ours that we game with named Legal, and he was on an after story episode way back in the day. You can find that early episode on our Patreon, patreon.com/MikeCheckWifeWaifu. But we talked about Frieren. He said he watched episode 1, and what did you say exactly? Because you were there for that whole conversation.
He was saying how he watched the first 2 episodes of Frieren, and it was just too slow for him.
Yeah, he said he watched 1 episode, to be fair, and it was too slow.
Okay.
He clarified.
And I think he said he couldn't get to the second episode.
Yeah.
And I told him this. Frieren is not an action-forward adventure anime. It is just an adventure anime with action.
Mm-hmm.
But the way that Frieren holds itself is like, it's very descriptive in how things play out. If you're not here for the ride to even work up to the action, because I feel like the action you get in Frieren, once it happens, it makes everything that you dealt with build up and feel so much better.
Yes.
Right? I was explaining to him that like in Dragon Ball Super, one of my favorite moments is when Goku slid on the fusion of Kel and Caulifla, which is Kefla, and did the Kamehameha off of her blast and just Kamehameha in her face. I'm like, Frieren is better than that in its action, right? Like it's a really cool choreographed scene for Dragon Ball. It's actually one of the cooler choreographed scenes in my opinion. But I was saying like the action in Frieren is amazing, but that's not what you come here specifically for. You come here for the characters. You come here for the world building. You come here for the dynamicness or dynamics of what you're getting in this show in its totality and how things unfold. And I think that rewatching this really emphasized that even more for me. That like from episode 1 to episode 7, the show builds and it builds and it makes everything so rewarding as you get into it, and even just learning the characters, how these characters are placed in the world, integrated in the world. And that's what I was trying to explain to him, is that like this show is not just an adventure anime, because when you think adventure, you think action. The idea of the adventure here is the adventure of what your characters went through, the history of it, and what that means now.
So, and I've known Legal for 10 years. Okay, since 2015, when he joined my stream, back in March of 2015 specifically. I've known him for 10 years. And when I tell you this, and this is no slight to Legal, but I know I've spent almost every day talking to this guy for 10 years. The reason why he couldn't gel with the first episode of Frieren because it is asinine to think that an episode isn't captivating. Because when I watched that first episode, I'm like, I feel like I've been watching this for an hour, and it is just it has me drawn in. It has me captivated from episode one, moment one, to begin from the art style to the directions to the quote unquote camera movement. I know it's an anime, but you know what I mean. The scene frames, it's just beautiful. It's perfect start to this story that is a journey. Okay, or the end of a journey. And the way it frames it up is so beautifully done. So for you to say that I couldn't get past that first episode just validates everything that I've known about Legal for 10 years is that his attention span is a lot smaller than most. He does a lot. He has to do a lot. He moves around a lot. You have to pay it it's again, no slight to him, but you can't minimize what you're watching here. It's like the conversation we had a few episodes ago about TikTok brain. It's like he's had that, but forever. You know what I'm saying? Even before TikTok was a thing, he's always constantly on the move, and he has to see something that's going to make him say, oh, that's crazy. You know, it has to be something there for him to see. And in Frieren, while I do think it's a lot to see, it's a lot to see slowly. And if he's on his phone or if he's, looking at other screens, because he has 4 monitors, for fuck's sakes. If you're looking at other screens, it's just you're not going to see it. You're not going to see what they're trying to show you. And from moment one of Frieren, episode 1 of Frieren, they are showing you something. And then 2, 3, 4, 5, they're always showing you something. One, I want to give a special shout out to the fucking dub. This dub is incredible. Like I did not know, because this is the first time I've actually watched a dub. I've always seen clips of the dub and shared them with Tail. And I'm like, damn, this dub is really good. At first I thought Frieren wasn't going to gel with me at first. And then until I continue watching it, and she's as non-expressive, expressive, even though she's non-expressive, because she's just so used to time. Like, she's lived for thousands of years, and you can feel that from her voice actor. And I didn't think about that when I first saw her clips, but then I'm like, oh shit, this is great. Baby Fern is the fucking cutest thing ever. Great voice actress as well for her too. And Baby Fern is so adorable. I absolutely love that part. And then I even said it during the rewatch inside of the guide here. It says 2 episodes in, and she's already given Fern life lessons on how she shouldn't make the same mistakes she did and appreciate time more. And I do feel like that's top tier, because Fern, even though Fern, rightfully so, in these first 7 episodes are like, yo, Frieren, let's go. Why are we taking so much time in this one village? Why are we taking so much time here? Why are we taking so much time here? Frieren is still trying to give her those lessons, even though Fern is rightfully upset, because she's like, yo, you live longer than me, so I don't have that much time to spend in certain places. And it's just that back and forth in the first 2 episodes or the first 3 episodes that it's like, it's mind blowing at how good they tell that story. And it just bounces back and forth between somebody who time moves 1/100th of what Fern is, versus somebody who doesn't have that much time as being a human and understands that. But they also show each other different things. So like my hands are like this. They also show each other different things. So it's like a constant balance between the 2 of them. And it's just perfect in the first 7 episodes. And then Stark comes in.
True.
It gets even better.
What I find the most beautiful about this show, though, is the development process, right?
Mm-hmm.
You think about 80 years ago, 60 years ago, when the Heroes Party was in their prime, right? And how when you look at everything that's transpired in that time, like, that's history.
Yeah.
And the only thing left from that history is the elves and some demons, right? And their statues, things, monuments, and stories. And that's all it is. When you look at this show, and every interaction Frieren has with people who don't already know her, she's just a story.
Yeah.
Frieren is a myth to these people, yet she's in front of them, right in front of their face. They have no idea that she is exactly what she is. And that's kind of the coolest thing about it. And you even get one of those moments where, like you said, she's telling her about time. And it's that teachable moment where she's teaching Fern the defensive magic. And then you go and fight the demon, and she's telling Fern, well, this is where this magic came from. And this magic came from Zolrock. And this is how this happened. And you get in front of Zolrock, and he's doing this ancient spell. And she's just like, why is it basic? You just gave me this crazy story about how basic, or how this spell was the most powerful thing at this point in time. You said this was less than 100 years ago. Like, this man should be. No, it's because, like she said, Fern, take time seriously. Time for you and I are different. Friedman's not going to make the kind of growth and rapid changes that Fern can.
Like humanity.
Because Friedman is 1,000, 2,000 years old, maybe. We don't know exactly how old she is, but she's old, right?
Yeah.
Humanity, they have to do things in this short time span. And they give you that ideal or idea very early on and show you that just in that time frame when they encountered Zolrak initially, that now what Zolrak does is been destroyed. Like, we already understand this. We have broken this down to the finest details. And I feel like that's a good analogy for the entirety of this show.
Yeah.
Is that moving forward with what time we have, some things stay the same, and some things change dramatically.
The way it moves about and just slowly, even the lesson of when they first meet Stark, and the lesson about how his master was just like him and always shook before a battle, before the heroes had that battle. Sorry, side tangent. That's another thing that's done so well. The placement of the past that equates to what they got going on in the present is so well done, so well fleshed, so well brought to the forefront of the show. Is beautiful because nobody's paced their show better than Frieren, in my opinion, when it comes to past and present, and it's captivating. But I digress. Back to what I was saying about Stark. That lesson about him, or Fern seeing his potential before he even knows he has it, I think is part of her experience of living that life. And then that lesson she teaches Stark about himself, I think is probably one of my favorites in the first 7 episodes for sure. Because it just feels so poignant and important to Frieren learning about these different people in ways that she's never done for her own party members when she was traveling with them for 10 years back then. And that shit is always so captivating to me to get that within this season. I love this show.
and it's also Frieren is all about the plot. Let's be honest here.
Yeah.
Frieren saw what Stark was about from the beginning. She was like, oh, okay.
Yep.
He's cut this giant hole or crater into the mountain. And I know we've talked about this before, but Frieren saw that and said, oh, okay, I kind of see what's going on here.
Yep.
And obviously we get the precursor story that, you know, when she talked to her former hero's party mate.
Yeah.
That this is the kind of person he is, that he doesn't know how strong he is.
And the way they weaved it in with him saying, like, I was scared. That's why I punched the fuck out of him. Like,
and even with the fact that he has no idea, Stark has no idea why the dragon is not attacking the village. The dragon's just staying idle because the dragon's not trying to pick a fight with Stark.
Yeah.
That's how, and that's
cool.
the levels here, right? Stark is already a hero level character.
Yep.
He has no idea, and it's about instilling that confidence. And it took some time within the episode. And mind you, the episode it's not like it did it slowly, but they did it in a timely manner in which it lets you develop Stark in a way that's like, this is true to his character, and we're just now meeting him. But we met, his master first,
right?
Which is why it felt so smooth in transition. This is why we talk about how like some things are just paced properly,
perfectly.
It felt so smooth in transition because we met his master first, and then we head off on our way, continuing the journey, the hero's journey, so to speak. This is technically a new hero's journey, but continuing the journey, we meet Stark. This is what Stark is doing. This is, what Stark sees it and believes, but you bring that to reality. And the show just does such a tremendous job at that.
And I love how early on they introduce the pun intended, journey's end, right? Their goal is to get to heaven, essentially. And learning from Flame about what that place is and their goal to get there. And like you said, the retracing of the hero's party steps to get there. I find that to be so interesting, man. And especially since in episode 7, which I'm pissed that's where we ended, because what's coming up next is the best part, but I'm not going to speak too far ahead. But having
this where legal want to be at.
Yeah. Having the journey's end introduced to us so early, I find to be extremely well done as far as storytelling goes, because in the in-between, as we know in the future, it gets really good to get to that particular point while still giving lessons about life, while still giving lessons about magic, while still giving lessons about being a hero or journeying with the hero's party. And then Freeman's lesson of learning about humanity and learning about appreciating time, even if it's very short, and learning about the characters that you spend that time with. Because again, even at the beginning of the show, it mentions the fact, and when she was crying, broke my fucking heart. Voice actor did her thing at that part. When she was crying, talking about how she felt like she traveled with them for 10 years. And even though that's nothing to her, she knew nothing about Heroes Party. And then she decides to go off for 80 years or whatever it was. Go off for 50 years, sorry. On her own journey without even a second thought about whatever her friends that she spent 10 years with were doing. And again, what's so great about the show is that it's so understandable, because like she said, it's 1/100th of her life. So like, why would she care? Like, this is a drop in a bucket to her. But this is why we are on this journey with her, so she can learn to care, which is phenomenal.
Also, it's not even necessarily learning to care in some scenarios. It's her learning that she already cares.
Yep. True. Very true. It's so good. It's so good. And it's so sad that a lot of people, and again, not just legal, but a lot of people out there feel that way they do. But also most people feel the way we do. It's the #1 highest rated anime of all time. Rightfully so, in my opinion.
Right. Man.
But a lot of people feel like they just can't do it because they feel it's boring, or I would rather watch the heroes fight the demon lord or whatever the fuck. We got that story already. We got that story 100 times. You can go find that. You could drop a coin in a bucket and get that story. We are doing a story that is so different and so unique that it is undeniably great from whoever watches it. I think whoever can sit down and watch it and give it the proper attention it deserves, ADHD and all. All right, Tel.
Yes.
And with that, next week, we are going to watch episodes 8 through 15, which is between December 23rd and the 29th. Happy holidays to everybody. If you celebrate them. Happy New Year. Wait, are we going to be back before New Year? Yeah, right? No?
I think it's the day before New Year's Eve.
The day before New Year's Eve in which we recorded. So happy holidays, everybody. And I'm at Polo Bornfly on all social media.
I'm at King Taliano on social media.
You can follow our social medias and subscribe to our YouTube channel at youtube.com/@MikeCheckWaifu and check out our gaming podcast. youtube.com/@RespectGames. Gaming? I don't remember. It's been so long. We appreciate it. And as always, Mike check.
You're now tuned into Mike Check Waifu Waifu. that you? Is that you? Is that you? Is that you?